Dark and delusional, dark and delusional, dark and delusional, dark and delusional.
Even though we're looking like really far back in time at a lot of fucking different solar systems, we have not found like even like an indication of life like anywhere.
Yeah.
Especially intelligent life, which, let's be real, that's what people are looking for. They're not looking for a microbe on some planet. They're looking for intelligent life.
Well, so what I'm gonna say to that, and to maybe encourage people that are discouraged by the lack of evidence we found, that like I said at the top of the show here, the universe is really fucking big. Like, it's mind-bogglingly huge. Like, even the Milky Way galaxy, which is one of thousands of galaxies that we know of, and like that's not even counting the ones that we don't know of. Like, it's still really fucking big. Like, if we want to talk perspective here, we are a dust speck, like smaller than a dust speck in the what currently constitutes the known universe, and very good attempts to contact any hypothetical alien civilizations. Of course, the Fermi paradox asks, why aren't they contacting us? Well, maybe they're trying to, but because of how big the universe is in comparison to how weak radio signals can be, like, odds are, like, our attempts to contact other races are kind of not hitting them or disappearing off into the ether. And, similarly, their attempts to hit us are also not reaching us. But there is at least one example of a radio signal that we picked up.
Are you talking about the WOW signal?
We're talking about the WOW signal, baby.
Yeah, but dude, at the same rate with the WOW signal, WOW signal. This is what the WOW signal was. It was legit. People literally there are certain scientific. That's the word I'm looking for.
There you go.
There are certain scientific institutes in the world that literally record radio signals coming from space. And nothing happens at these institutes, nothing outrageous. Like, they always pick out, that's how they record, like, if a stars or a quasar or something's fucking going on in the universe, they pick up a radio signal, right?
Right.
That's how they record it. So the WOW signal was literally this crazy signal that happened. I believe it was in the 80s. Could be wrong about that. Could be very wrong about that.
1977.
Yep.
I wasn't too far off. 1977. The WOW signal came into place, and literally it was such a crazy signal that this motherfucker who sits at this radio receiver all fucking day watching the same wavelengths of energy go on, day after day, this one signal hits, and he writes on the paper, wow.
Wow.
And that's how it became to known as the WOW signal.
Wow.
That's true. That's a true story.
Yep. Again.
What's important about this WOW signal is it's a energy signature that registered on these people's instruments that hasn't been replicated to this day, and there's no explanation for it. But at the same rate, there's no it doesn't seem like it's a fluke, because like it's top-notch equipment, and like nothing like this signal has ever happened before, and yet to happen again. Frankly, as far as my knowledge goes, the WOW signal is the only WOW signal.
Yeah. No, and yeah, like we haven't really observed anything quite like that. Recent memory. There have been a couple fun. They've mostly been debunked and being normal, boring shit. But there are a couple fun ones in the news cycle. Like for instance, there was the time that they thought they found a. Are you guys familiar with the Dyson sphere as a concept?
No.
Okay, a Dyson sphere is a hypothetical means of energy production for a what Asimov would call a Type 2 civilization, which is a civilization that is advanced enough to regularly engage in interstellar travel and have a, galactic civilization.
We would be a Type 1 civilization.
No,
right?
we're a Type 0.
We're a Type 0?
Yeah, we're
Well, what makes a Type 1? Holy shit.
Well, so, yeah, Type 1 in, what I said earlier, that being civilization that, had shit completely figured out on their home planet.
So this would be the people colonizing Mars for fun.
Yeah, and,
All right.
Yeah, this in type 1, it's the point of, like, okay, we've figured out human existence, we've, eliminated hunger, we've eliminated disease, like, we've made technology our bitch, let's go explore the universe. And then a type 2 civilization would be a civilization that has found a way to harness the power of the star in their system to propel them to greater lengths across the galaxy. Now, what a Dyson sphere is a hypothetical megastructure that a civilization would build to harness the power of their star.
So this is that thing they build around this star to...
Yeah.
Okay, so I've heard of
it
before.
You can either, the most extreme example of that is the Dyson sphere, where you build a shell around your entire star and you gather energy that way. A more reasonable explanation of that would be building a ring or a swarm of photovoltaic satellites.
Kind of like a Saturn ring, like a ring.
Exactly. Or a Halo. Picture, for all our gamers out there, Halo. That kind of megastructure, like a ring world, and you can even completely forego living on planets and a means of settlement within your solar system, and you can have everyone live on this ring that is built around the star, and then you use that ring to harness the power of that star, and at that point, you can have power for your entire civilization for life. And
well, it makes sense, but getting the material in place.
Well, and that
would be the fucking struggle, right?
And that's what the that's what your skeptics would say about that. Which that's a great point. That
I'm not
how
even
the fuck do you build something that big?
I'm not even skeptical about it. I'm just saying the only means we have of getting materials is from Earth currently, right? We can't harvest materials other places because we're not other places. We're just on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So to get the material to build that thing, you would have to harvest it from Earth. And Lord knows what that would take to work, right? Lord knows. For example, our solar panels are extremely inefficient for the amount of energy that we could gather from light. Our solar panels do a pretty shitty job. And really, it's not even the gathering part we have a problem with. Our problem in our current society, technological-wise, is that we don't have a good way to store energy. Our batteries, for the most part, just totally suck. We cannot store any. If we can't store energy, we can't use energy later. If you were around the sun, storing energy wouldn't really be a problem because you have a constant fucking sun, right?
Right. Yeah. You don't need to store energy the way.
Right.
You just need the regularly.
That's totally true, but I can't see us having the technology to even harness sun energy if we can't even harness sun energy now. That's why this is the type 2 civilization doing this, not the type 1 or the type 0. Right, exactly. My problem with the whole types of civilization is how do you advance from one type to another? When we're only limited, and our only perspective as a civilization is as this type 0 civilization.
Right, well, and that's the big fucking question, and so one solution to the Fermi paradox is that it's literally impossible for a intelligent species to survive long enough to get to that point.
Right.
Every intelligent species that has the potential to do that, they can end up destroying themselves, be it through climate change or nuclear war or whatever.
Oh no, is everyone gone?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
Tuak Ranger, we can't hear you.
Well, he might have drifted off into space.
To Boldly Go or No podcast has gone before.
I just want to say, there's no such thing as a flat Earth. It's all about the crater Earth, all right?
Well, so what I'm saying is that's one potential solution to the Fermi paradox. There's a lot of potential solutions to the Fermi paradox. One of my favorite. Are you familiar with the dark forest theory?
Maybe. I might know it by a different name.
So the Dark Forest theory comes from a series of novels, which are really great, by the way, if you're interested in the topic. It's called the Three Body Problem theory, or the Remembrance of Earth Past trilogy. But I'm not going to get into what the books are about. But the Dark Forest theory basically says that the reason that we haven't been contacted by any sort of intelligent alien civilization is that it's really fucking dangerous to do that. And
Yeah.
here, I'll explain. So, y'all familiar with game theory and like a field of study?
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically it's the art of sort of navigating what based on probability, what is the best thing for you to do? What is the best course of action to take? You combine game theory with the Fermi paradox, you get this. So it's basically the underlying premise here is that you can never know for sure that if you were to come in contact with another intelligent alien civilization, you can't know for sure whether or not they want to annihilate you. Under game theory, it is more advantageous for you to destroy that civilization before they have a chance to destroy you. The underlying premise of the Dark Forest theory is that every intelligent civilization out there knows this, and they know that the best course of action for them to continue to exist is to be quiet and not let any other alien civilization know that they exist. Because they know that if they make their presence known, whatever civilization hears them is going to immediately destroy them.
Right. It's
to
like
keep from being destroyed.
It's like a galactic game of poker, man. They don't know
right.
what we
or
hold.
like a galactic game of Battlefield.
Even though
way,
we haven't even been to the moon.
All right.
Yeah, I'm pulling out that conspiracy theory right now.
We've been to the moon.
I think the moon is an alien ship that's spying on the Earth.
Yeah,
now we're getting into
someone
real
who
stuff
understands.
here.
Thank you. Oh yes. But moving on from conspiracy theories that'll get us killed by the FBI and CIA.
Right.
I agree with you. I agree with you mostly.
I don't agree with myself.
I don't agree with you. I agree with fucking Tusk Ranger 69 over here.
Tuak Ranger.
Tuak, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It's
Although I get why you might think it's Tusk Ranger. Kind of.
To be honest, I'm
from
pretty drunk, and that looked like an S to me and not an A.
That's fair.
That's all. That's all that is. But what I wanted to bring up is, so if we're talking about all this shit, we have to talk about UFOs on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are talking about life on other planets and how we're saying how it would be so extremely improbable that we would interact with intelligent forces from a different planet somewhere in the universe. We have to talk about UFO sightings at Earth. And personally, I think it's all military and government. And that is my thoughts on the matter. I think that the military and government have to test fly their own products, and they test fly them, and people think they're UFO. There's zero. There's not a single UFO video that I've ever seen that I could justify in my head that it couldn't be done by man.
Oh yeah, no, most of that shit is very much either misinterpreted natural phenomena or like, everyone laughs at the weather balloon thing, but like...
What were you saying, Mazda?
After our previous podcast with that fraternal group,
yeah,
I feel like there could be another fraternal group that's just trying to, like, make up UFO sightings and shit.
Yeah,
just
I was gonna say,
it's called Reddit.
I kind of almost believe that these things that are showing up that are seen visually are actually not even actually there.
Yeah,
is some sort of more of
Stop. We'll take UFOs out of the equation completely. Let's talk about the recent New Jersey drone sightings.
Oh, yep.
And how these were obviously just videos of people fucking flying drones.
Real, regular drones.
But people were blowing it up to be the most craziest shit in the fucking world.
Okay, so I actually have a theory about this. So my theory is that it's to all the crazy shit, there's always a grain of truth, right? So
Yeah.
You know, I think
I believe people saw something. I just believe
Yeah.
they saw a man-made object every time.
What we have here, I think, we have a combination of two things: real phenomena that absolutely warranted concern, and then a mass hysteria event. So I think I think the government was actually at one point early in the phenomena, they were deploying some kind of aircraft. There was definitely something going on there, but what I think happened after that, when the first news story broke, everyone was looking for the fucking drone. Oh god, the government drone. And then what that turned into, when every dipshit with a camera saw a plane go by and, had their cameras out, and they're like, that's not a fucking plane, that's a fucking drone. Like, look, the lights are different. And, whatever, a couple thousand people do that, and yeah, it turns into a mass hysteria.
Well, and the biggest thing that everyone was talking about how like large these objects are, but like if you're looking at something with no visual context as to how far away it is, you
Right.
can't tell. You can't tell how big it is. So I think people tricked themselves into
At the
thinking
end of
that
the day-
these were huge crafts.
Just kidding. Anonymous podcaster number 3.
Thank you.
Oh, you can do it for him, but not for me?
I did do it for you. I just fucked up your name.
You've said my government name like 5 times.
I
during
know,
this podcast.
I suck. I'm a terrible host. But I agree with you, Anonymous podcaster number 3, that when you're looking up in the sky, you have something that you lack in everything else in your life. When you're looking down or parallel to the ground, you lack a frame of reference. You do not, the human eye does not have an accurate perception to judge size at that distance because we have nothing in the background. That's how our vision works.
Ooh, that's a whole other podcast right there. Is
Oh,
our,
yeah.
our
Mhm.
visual perception.
Oh, dude, I could do.
We can go
You're
for a
right.
while on that
I'm
one.
putting you down for it. I'm putting you
All
down
right.
for it because I can talk a lot about that
Yeah.
as well. But that is my point, is that we're talking about this whole little fucking 2-minute bit here was about a fucking conversation about drones that were flying over New Jersey for a couple of days and then died out. Like, who has heard anything about a drone in New Jersey over the last 3 months? Anybody?
No, nothing.
Is
Yeah.
this still a
Nothing.
thing? No.
Because
no,
they're not
it's-
there.
It's
They're-
fucking dead because it was never a fucking thing, and that's how I feel about UFOs.
Yep,
I'm
the
sorry.
Iranian mothership went back to Iran, apparently.
Dude.
Well, more importantly, if this, first of all, I'm not even really big on the whole alien thing anyway. But if aliens were going to visit, why would they go to New Jersey of all?
Yeah,
places?
dude, what the
That's
fuck?
the
Yeah.
best question.
What, there's one roller coaster that got destroyed in a hurricane in like 2006? Like, dude, there ain't
There's so many
nothing.
cooler places to visit.
There ain't nothing there. Go to the pyramids. That seems like a lot more like, whoa.
Yeah.
Ancient
yeah,
man was able to build pyramids. That's
No,
fucking
you
cool.
mean the landing pad.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
God damn it. Why wouldn't you go to the fucking landing pad?
Right, yeah, the
I think life might exist somewhere, but to be honest, every evidence I've ever seen of a UFO or a UAP on this earth, every video, every witness account, is nothing that I don't think mankind could do at the end of the day.
Right.
I'm
Well,
not
I mean-
I'm not saying they're not aliens. I'm just saying I don't think it's anything that's beyond our capacity. I mean, let me give you an example. My uncle. Shut the fuck up. Nobody loves you. Sorry, I had to talk to my dogs like I talk to my daughter.
What?
I'm joking. Oh no! I saved the raw versions because, like I've been telling, I want to charge people $5 for life if they want to watch uncut content.
Yes, for their entire
yes,
lives.
yes, for their entire lives. Is what I'm
I like
saying.
that. Yeah,
By the way,
I would agree to that.
This
the host meant to
podcast.
say Mazda, not. I don't know who this.
Yep.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, again-
I will cut that. You know, I'll cut that out.
like this
No.
is your
Except for our Patreons,
your
our
idea.
Patreons are gonna know who we
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
No,
We're
no
gonna have so much
Patreon.
editing to do
Patreon.
for
Yeah.
this
The
episode.
Patreon wouldn't let me do it, dude. They only do $5 a fucking month.
You're gonna have so much editing.
Well, yeah,
to do
it's
for
more
this
money
episode.
for you. I don't know what the problem is.
It's
Toast.
okay. It's okay. I just need to. This episode's already gonna be 2 parts, so it's all good.
Yeah, yeah. We
It's
did
a-
that
it's-
for
it's
like
a-
5 hours.
it's going to be a 2-part episode. But yes, that is why I think UFOs are all fake. I think people see things that are normal. Like, for example, let me give you an example. I didn't know what fucking Elon Musk's fucking Starlink system looked like, you know?
Oh
Have
no.
you
Oh
got-
yeah.
Have you guys ever seen that in the fucking sky?
That's
Yeah.
another
actually
topic.
really alarming.
Dude, that's fucking like watching the night sky, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, what the fuck is
Yeah!
that last thing moving?
Yeah!
Mhm.
Yeah, dude. So, dude, I was up north. I was hammered and high, like normal, like every day,
Ooh.
every single day. But I was really hammered and high, dude. It was like 1 in the fucking morning, and we had a group of fucking people, and we saw that trail of fucking Elon Musk's fucking Starlink bullshit go by, dude. And we were like, holy shit! That's a
Yep.
goddamn UFO! I ain't
Yep.
never seen nothing fucking like it. Dude, it was just Elon Musk fucking trolling my ass. Is that what
Dude.
that fucking was?
When me and our actually all of our acquaintance, I'm trying to cut his name out, but
Yeah, no,
Actually-
dude, you can say names. Trust me.
Yeah,
you guys know I'll cut. You should have seen how many names I cut out of fucking.
oh, you should have seen Jacob's reaction when he first saw it.
Yeah,
he
dude.
was snuggled into the hammock, and then like I saw a couple of them, like, ooh, I'm gonna just try to pull a prank. So I forcefully woke him up. I'm like, dude, you gotta check out the night sky. There's something going on. And he's like, what the? Like he jumped out of his hammock. What the fuck
Dude,
is these?
we
And
were-
they're all in a line. And so I'm like,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never seen anything in a line. And he's like, I don't know. What the fuck's going on? What the fuck's going on?
Dude, we were so into it when I saw it. I set up my fucking telescope, and we're like, "This is a UFO. Get a good eye on it, kid." I had my daughter with
They're
me. I was
invading
like,
the Earth.
"Fucking get a fucking look at this, kid."
Yeah, the world's about to end.
Yeah.
But
The
at
world's
the end,
about to end,
at the end of
Morty.
the day, this is my point entirely. That was a human construct. I was 100% wrong. That was made by man. That was a man, and it looked like the most outrageous thing I have ever personally seen in the
And-
fucking sky.
And it's fucking ruining all like observation of space.
Really?
like,
Is it
imi-
getting in the way of like the
Oh,
Hubble
yeah.
telescope and
Mm.
shit?
Not the Hubble telescope, but like any observatory on Earth that like
Right, because the Hubble
know-
telescope's a satellite that takes pictures.
yeah, but there's like infrared telescopes that are all around the Earth to like purposely all around all of the countries to map out certain things and like other things like to capture neutrinos and stuff. But anyways, like
Mhm.
the infrared telescopes get fucked because they streak across and kind of
Holy
fuck
shit.
up the whole tapestry when they try to.
Whoa, so we're pretty much delaying. Elon Musk is delaying his ability to understand space and get to Mars for
Yeah.
Starlink.
Yeah.
Is
No.
that-
You know
Is that what I'm
the-
hearing? Is that what I'm
Oh,
hearing here?
he's also defunding NASA as we speak.
Yeah,
like,
dude. And
what?
to be honest, I
Talk
don't
about
want.
getting
Hang
your
on,
own way.
hang on. Defunding NASA. I can see defunding NASA because I haven't been convinced of all the information NASA's put out over the years. I don't think they've been a legit organization. And personally,
Oh boy, we're getting into it now.
Okay.
but we can.
It's getting thick.
What, dude?
Yeah.
It's not like I don't respect NASA. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Too
It's part of the
outrageous.
global conspiracy.
Well, what branch of government spends their money efficiently and well?
Right.
Like
yeah.
none
Yeah.
of them.
No, yeah, that's 100% true. And I think the idea of NASA is fucking great, and I just think it needs to be in other hands. And I'm not saying Elon Musk's hands. I think that dude's done crazy shit with his money. Fucking
No, I know.
kudos to him, but
But,
dude, I
as
want
with-
people. At the end of the day, he's a businessman. I
I
think
was about to
people-
say, as with everything, it just turns into bureaucracy and
Yeah.
just like bullshit.
Yeah, fuck
Ever.
yeah, it does.
It could be a whole other podcast episode, just
Yeah.
bureaucracy.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, bureaucracy. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Talk about
I
a
mean-
Fucking
bureaucrat.
bureaucrats.
But like, you also have to admit, like, they just launched the James Webb Space Telescope, and like we've already seen great results from that. So, like,
Yeah.
it's not like they're
I would have to
know.
look. What did that? Hang on. Was this an Earthbound telescope or is that? I don't know anything
No,
about
no.
this
Well, the
telescope.
James Webb Space Telescope is what replaced the Hubble. Like,
Yeah.
Hubble
Oh, it
recently decommissioned.
replaced the Hubble.
Well, I think this
telescope.
Hubble's still up there. It doesn't generate as good of pictures as the
Yeah, but it's not the flagship scope anymore. It's the the James Webb, the new model.
the new one. It's got
Yeah.
fancier mirrors and stuff that can take better. That can help collect better pictures or
Well, and
something.
it can detect the atmosphere on exoplanets.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep,
It's
yep,
no joke. This is
Exospheres. Really?
The atmosphere. Yeah.
Oh,
Atmospheres.
I thought I was like, what the fuck's an exosphere?
No,
Tell me.
atmosphere on exoplanets.
I got you.
I mean,
got you.
exosphere kind of almost works though.
Yeah,
I
And,
mean,
it
and
does.
honestly, it's similar. You could
the
apply
outer
the,
sphere of an
sphere
inner
of an
sphere.
you could apply the same word language to it would mean the same thing.
I know. I feel
All
like
words are made up.
In my thought process, I mean, we're talking about space here, but space would also encompass the fourth dimension, the fifth dimension, the sixth dimension, the seventh dimension, the eighth dimension. You tell me, dude. We were talking about the whole podcast. We've been talking about space in the third dimension, in the physical dimension, as we understand it. To go beyond that concept and introduce another dimension where the time as we know doesn't exist because you're in a different dimension and time only exists right here in the third dimension, right? Like how we know it. Just to go to that fucking point. And then you have to look back and think about space as a whole, and then you have to add a fourth dimension to it. Not to mention there probably is more dimensions. Delved into the subject matters of like antimatter or dark matter or dark energy, things we don't fucking understand, and things that might be the same. We don't fucking know, right? It is that space between spaces that we don't understand. That's just how I see it. I don't know what you guys think about it, but that's how I see it.
yeah. I mean,
I think whatever the nature of the universe is, humans will always be looking out at it and trying to figure it out, and there will always be a small group of dudes like this talking about stuff they have very little idea about and making it up as we go along.
This is what separates us from animals. Right here. Because honestly, we talked about space, we went very far, and we touched on, honestly, quite literally, an astronomical amount of subjects here.
Aha!
Yeah.
fair enough.
Couldn't have
We
planned
really-
it any better.
Yeah. we really put the Big Dipper into this.
Oh no.
You know what?
Yeah.
But you know what?
Nice.
Tuak Ranger.
Black Ranger, that's me.
You are the star of the show tonight. Why don't you start with your final thoughts before we go around the round table here?
All right. So my final thoughts are this. You might look out at the universe, the stars, the galaxies. You might see there's something unattainable beyond you. But the truth of the matter is that you are the universe, and more importantly than that, you are the universe experiencing itself. We are all the universe. We are all one with it, and its beauty is here for us to appreciate and in turn create. So create something beautiful and go see something beautiful.
That was beautiful.
That was well
I mean,
said.
I'm gonna cut that out. I just had to use your I had to use your real name because I thought that was really good.
We're all in space.
I feel bad for the guy who's gonna edit all this.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
fuck
Fuck
him.
that guy. Right.
Anyway, don't
subscribe.
Don't even
Think about
Don't
commenting.
Yeah, dude,
any comments.
Honestly, the comments are way overboard. No comments.
We do things a little differently around these parts.
That's right.
We don't like, we don't
You
comment,
hear?
we do
We don't
not
want
subscribe,
your money.
no siree.
Well, good night, everybody.
Good night, folks.
Good
Good
night.
night.
And the truth is out there.
Bye-bye.